As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson. And you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them. Objective, independent justice. You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing. This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Sam Hernandez is suing Trisha Jacobs in the amount of $1,100 for an apartment rental deposit he says she owes. All right, Mr. Hernandez, you're suing Ms. Jacobs for $1,100 for back paid rent? Is that what you're suing for?
That is correct, Your Honor. It's for the first month deposit and first month's rent of an apartment that we had together.
Okay, what's your relationship with her?
This is my ex-girlfriend, Your Honor.
Okay, how long did you date?
We dated for 3 years.
3 years, so you lived together too?
Yes, ma'am.
No children?
No children.
Okay, so you had a good relationship for 3 years?
We had a great relationship. I took care of her.
What does that mean, I took care of her? That's a big statement.
I had a really good job.
Okay.
And
what was your job?
I was a construction worker. And
okay. What do you do?
I didn't work. When we first met, I was a server at a restaurant, and Sam would not let me work. He made me quit my job.
You didn't want her to work?
I took care of her. I did what a man should, and I took care of her.
Right, but what does that mean? Did you buy her a car?
I took care of all her bills. I gave her money to spend.
Right, like how much did you give her? You gave her like an allowance?
Yeah, whatever she needed.
Like
whatever
what?
she needed. We
What did you give her?
we had a credit card, so whatever she wanted, she had her own expenses.
Did he take care of you like that?
He paid he was my financial support. Yes, ma'am.
Right. And what did you do all day at home?
I stayed at home. I cooked. I cleaned.
Right.
Basically, that's all he wanted me to do.
How old are you?
25.
25 years old. You let a man sit you down at 25 years old and say, baby, I'm taking care of you? I mean, if he ain't buying you a Maserati and sending you to the south of France, he ain't really taking care of you. Okay? So, and then when it's all over, now you're 35 with no skills, no nothing. Because what? He paid off a credit card bill, a cell phone bill here or there?
Your Honor, I have gotten into school, and I attempted to get into school while I was with Sam, but like I said, he didn't want me doing anything.
Right, right. Well, did you learn your lesson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what did you learn?
I learned that I need to make sure I can take care of myself.
Always.
Now she wants to think for herself. Now she wants to think for herself.
This is a teachable moment, and I'm going to teach.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay? Even if you find another man to say, baby, I want to take care of you, that's fine, but make sure you got something to fall back on if he ever come to his senses.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Well, she was supposed to go to school. She never did that.
So you were taking care of her, then what happened?
Well, Your Honor, I had a really good job. I was doing construction.
Right.
And pretty much my boss and I had it out. We never saw eye to eye. So, you know, money doesn't... I did lose my job.
See there? See what I'm talking about? And then when you lost your job, then what?
I resorted back to my old ways, and I was on the streets. I was incarcerated, Your Honor. I started selling marijuana and ended up selling to an undercover cop,
right.
and I was incarcerated for 7 months.
Well, wait, what did you do for those 7 months when Mr. I'm taking care of you is now in jail?
He left me with some money to take care of the bills, but he did not leave enough.
How much did he leave?
He left $8,500.
He left you $8,500. He was gone for 7 months.
Yes,
how much was the rent?
$800 a month.
Okay.
And then we had $30 for bills.
Right. And then you needed to be taken care of in the style that you had grown accustomed to with him, right?
I left her way more money than she needed, Your Honor.
$8,500 ain't nothing. I could blow through that.
Your Honor, I gave her money for enough for cover rent for 7 months, and I gave her overhead to survive so she can feed herself.
But wait. You needed at least $8,000 to pay the rent, right?
$800.
No, but you needed $8,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I crunched the numbers. It was $7,700 would have covered the 7 months while I was incarcerated.
I gotta understand. I don't care what you understand. If I don't understand, we go nowhere. You knew you were going to jail for 7 months.
Correct.
So you left her $800 times 7 months. How much is that? You know I need you to add these things up. What's that?
$5,600.
$5,600. Okay. And then what else?
And then I gave her $800 extra to cover.
Per month?
We also had a cell phone bill, we had a credit card bill every month.
I'm trying to understand, what is she supposed to live off of per month after the bills are paid? After the cell phone bill is paid, after the rent is paid, after the lights paid, how much did you give her to live off of for 7 months?
I gave her $800, Your Honor.
$800 a month?
Overhead to cover.
A month?
Not a month, no.
Okay, it wasn't money out of my pocket. It was money out of your pocket. You said I left her enough money to take care of herself. What is enough? What? Don't look at her. Tell me what's enough.
I think $40 is sustainable a week to eat. What? She's not working.
I would tell that $40 is not enough money per week to eat. Okay? Now you talking to the wrong person here. $40? Shoot, lunch costs $40 with a martini.
Coming up on Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
When I got out of prison, she left me for someone else, and I feel like I'm entitled to my $1,100.
We're back with the case of Sam Hernandez, who is suing Trisha Jacobs over an apartment rental deposit.
And you expected her to live off of $40 a week?
According to my numbers, I thought that would have been sustainable.
Okay, so we go to jail. We go to jail, and we leave baby on her own, and what happens?
Well...
Look at me. Stop looking at her. You still love her?
No, I wash my hands clean,
You don't love
Your
her?
Honor. No.
You love him?
No, sir. No, ma'am.
Why do people do that all the time? No, sir, to me.
Sorry.
Do I look like a guy?
No.
So we go to jail, and then what happens?
Well, I left her with the money so she could pay the utilities and the rent for while I was gone.
Okay.
And, you know, she wrote me a letter, asked me how I was doing, you know, and everything was fine. Everything in the condition of the house was fine. It was all gravy. And, you know, when I got out of prison, this is what happened. You know, she left me for someone else, and I'm just trying to pick up the pieces and go on the straight and narrow, and I feel like I'm entitled to my $1,100.
What's the $1,100?
It is the first month's rent and the deposit.
Well, I spent all that time talking about the $8,500. That didn't have anything to do with anything.
Well, that was money I gave her to survive while I was gone.
Okay, so the first month's rent was $1,100, but you didn't get that back?
No, she didn't give me anything.
And a deposit?
She feels like the damages, apparently there were damages that I left in the apartment,
right,
which she did not speak of in the letter she wrote me when I asked how everything was going prior to that.
Okay, so it's $1,100, and I'm trying to figure out, you were in jail 7 months. Let me figure that out. 7 divided into 1,100 in my brain, $157.14 per month is what you were leaving her. I mean, to take care of, and then let's see, if we divided that per week is $39.28 a week, which is still not enough money for anybody to live off of. We're now at about $80 a week from what you left her. Because, see, once you put her in that lifestyle, you know, when you say, baby, stop working. Baby, sit down and take care of me. Baby, you don't have to do anything. Then you got to be a man all the way. You can't be a man halfway and leaving somebody $80 a week. You couldn't leave me $80 a day and get me to sit at home. Okay? So that wasn't a whole lot of money. Secondly, you don't ever want to tell a woman to sit down and not work. Okay? You end up having babies with her. 20 years later, you're tired of her. You want to get a divorce. And guess what? The court's going to say, you're going to be paying this woman alimony for the rest of your life, because for the last 20, 25, 30 years, you allow her to sit home and do nothing. And then you pay for that down the road. So what have you learned today?
Not to do that.
There you go. And you learn to not to let nobody do that to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So it works out perfectly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I find that you basically told baby that baby, I'm going to take care of you, and really you barely left baby enough money to take care of baby. All right, I'm ready to rule. Judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
You know, I was just trying to be a man and take care of you, and, you know, I feel like I was entitled to that.
I can take care of myself now. Thank you for nothing.